Hello. It is not a good afternoon, however, for the high street video game shop Game. Its shares are down about 40% today, which is an absolute pummeling on the stock market. And this is because this morning it issued a profits warning, saying that trading has been challenging since the school holidays started. It's clearly not shifting as many video games as it hoped it would, or indeed as investors thought it would. It's blaming lower footfall on the high street, disappointing sales. Video game sales are actually down 14%, and the reason for this is a curious one. It's saying that it's seeing a faster than expected decline in games for slightly older consoles and slower than anticipated switch to the newer ones. So it's kind of caught between two stools in a way. We're going to talk to Guy Cocker, Global Editor-in-Chief at the technology magazine Stuff. Hi, Guy.
Good afternoon. How you doing?
Is this a short-term problem then for Game?
Well, Games had a bit of a difficult few years. Back in 2012, it was one of many stores that looked like it was going to head into administration, and actually did. So it was going to be closing many of its stores, over 200 stores back in 2012. Luckily, it got out of that difficult period and actually looked to be bouncing back somewhat. It spent £20 million earlier this year on a company called Multiplay, which is an events company and holds esports competitions. So it was looking to be making the right moves. Esports is a very big growth market. This is essentially gamers competing against each other for huge cash prizes. But obviously, as you said, the overall retail market, unfortunately, is down around 14% year on year. And really, we hear a lot in the mainstream media and on the BBC about how big the games industry is, eclipsing movies and music. But actually, a lot of that growth happens on mobiles and tablets. And Game has tried to get some of that market. It sells credit to spend on online stores such as Apple's App Store and Google's Play Store in its stores. But really, when people get these devices, they bypass stores like Game and go straight through online. So Game has a very tough time adapting to that.
And so does that mean then that there is essentially no future in selling video games on the high street?
Well, more and more you're going to see consoles like the PlayStation 4 and Xbox One. Right now, they have disc trays and they take disc-based games. But as online gets faster and faster and there's a greater proliferation of fiber-based online services, really, I think the next generation of consoles are probably going to lose those disc-based delivery systems completely and just go completely online, as you see on mobiles and tablets. So it's a really difficult situation for Game. Obviously, there are some people that want to go into stores and buy credit and want that experience, but really most people want the convenience of being able to buy online, download their games, and have them available when they want them. Game's been quite savvy, and it sells. I went into a Game the other day on Regent Street in London, and really now it's more of a toy store. There's been a real explosion in the toys to life market over the last few years. These games where you buy physical toys and they interact with video games in that way. And actually, that's really what Game is now. It sells toys. Obviously, the profit margin on that is much better than it is on video games.
Toys to life, oh dear, brave new world. Guy, what's the kind of retro market like now? You know, you see sort of the old Nintendo DS. I don't actually know how old they are. They're probably only a couple of years old. But people returning to want to simplify games as well.
Yeah, there's certainly a market out there for people that are a little bit daunted by the sorts of games that sell really well on PlayStation 4 and Xbox. So the likes of Call of Duty and Grand Theft Auto, they sell to a very dedicated market of hardcore gamers. The game that's been really, really successful over the last few years is Minecraft, which is a very simple Lego-looking game that really does hark back to those retro styles of games that anyone can pick up and play. And Minecraft has been the absolute success story in the video games world over the last few years. If you go into Game...
Sorry, Guy. Has that been helped by the kind of wider community? Because you can go on YouTube and actually watch videos of people playing Minecraft, can't you? And then go join these forums.
Yeah, it all ties in together. So YouTube is an incredibly popular platform for young people who want to share their creations in Minecraft or play it live and engage with an audience. And the most subscribed channel on YouTube is a guy that plays a lot of Minecraft. This is a Swedish guy called PewDiePie. And
I know all about him. I know all about PewDiePie.
And that guy's raking in £12 million a year, according to some reports. But that's really the market. The market is going online, and so young kids today who want to see that content, the idea of them going into Game and buying a video game is probably quite alien to them.
And so, do you think it's going to be game over for Game then?
Hey.
I think it's made some smart acquisitions. It has acquired multiplayer, and it's started to get more into events. That's, traditional media is struggling with this, and tries to get more and more into events where people will pay to come and attend and see people playing video games. It sounds quite strange to a lot of people, but that's a really, really big growth area. And the cash prizes again for these events go up into $18 million for the biggest one. So that's been a smart investment. But yeah, I think Game on the high street probably has a couple of years left in it.
Guy, I'm being told that I have no time to ask you when there's going to be a Dragons and Dungeons 2. So we'll leave it at that. Guy,
Thanks.
please don't laugh. I am the dinosaur in here. Ask Caroline Barker. Guy Cocker there, Global Editor-in-Chief at the Technology Magazine Stuff. I said I wouldn't forget that. Didn't I say that?
Yeah, never forget.
There you go.